What is this? Why is Justin Trudeau marching to demand climate action from the government when he's literally in charge? It might seem cringy, but it's actually part of a calculated and dangerous strategy, and the secret to Trudeau's success. The Liberals have mastered the art of changeless change. They seduce progressive voters by appearing to disrupt business as usual, while serving the elite by simultaneously defending their wealth and power. I call this playbook the Trudeau formula, and it has 5 steps.
If we don't deliver fairness, Canadians will eventually entertain more radical options.
That was Trudeau on Bay Street a few months before his election in 2015, offering a classic Liberal warning to the corporate elite. It's either us or the pitchforks. Whenever discontent builds up, the Liberals have always been there to safely channel it like a political shock absorber.
Canada must be progressive, and Canada must be a just society.
They'll wink to the elite and then pose as anti-establishment to the broader population. What comes next is a tactic summed up by former Liberal advisor Warren Kinsella. Find a parade and get out in front of it. This is the Liberal trick to simulate real change. Adopt the language and the symbolism of social movements without doing anything to actually challenge the status quo. And when things get especially sensitive, there's one sure way to tell. Trudeau breaks out the denim jacket.
Sir, what was your message in coming out here today? A message of respect and reconciliation.
Social movements are most effective when they maintain independence and make noise outside Parliament. Trudeau Liberals are experts at disarming their power by inviting them inside. They disconnect leaders from civil society by recruiting them to the party. They welcome progressive groups into consultations and advisory councils to make them believe that access equals influence. They dangle funding in front of some groups to ensure they don't rock the boat. And they shower others with attention and even personal rewards if they're willing to take their organizations in liberal-friendly directions. To take the wind out of the sails of radical change, the Liberals cherry-pick demands from the progressive agenda, then usually water them down or endlessly delay their implementation. The Liberal Party first promised pharmacare in 1997, guaranteed basic income in 1970, and electoral reform in 1923. This year, they're finally getting around to childcare, with a few of the usual Liberal-style caveats. While Liberals drag their heels on truly liberatory measures, they disguise their pro-corporate agenda as progressive and then smuggle it past unsuspecting voters.
I think we should burn it.
Burn it, my prince. It's a gift to the gods.
Beware of Liberals bearing gifts. Trudeau's carbon price, lauded as a solution to the climate crisis, has actually long been advocated for by major oil companies as a fig leaf for more pipelines and tar sands production. Liberal reconciliation has involved spectacular apologies for the past that mask colonial crimes in the present, including a renewed push to eliminate Indigenous land rights. So-called progressive and inclusive trade deals still allow Canadian companies to sue other countries in unaccountable private courts whenever environmental or labor policies impact their bottom line. And Trudeau's talk of championing peace and human rights abroad has distracted from Canada's transformation into the world's second biggest weapons dealer to to the Middle East.
924 LAV 6s, essentially the most modern light armor vehicles.
And what happens once the formula breaks down? There's always a fail-safe final option. When the shine wears off, Liberals deploy their electoral escape hatch.
Strategic voting. Strategic voting.
Strategically vote.
Strategic voting.
Strategic voting.
Strategic voting.
How many Canadians will vote strategically just to keep the Tories out of power?
Making people think the country is stuck between two parties has one objective: muzzling the country's progressive majority and scaring them into settling for the Liberals. But of course, we can do better. It's only when we stop falling for the Trudeau formula that we will be able to unleash our collective imagination.